Alright, this little video is going to talk about removing terminals from connectors. Here's an example of a connector. Also behind it or beneath it are some special tools required to remove the terminals. What we'll attempt to do is pull one or two terminals out of here, show you what it looks like, put it back together again. This is the tool that I'll need to use for this particular one.
Okay, for this particular one, first thing we're going to do is remove this lock. Sometimes this is called a terminal position assurance connector. Sometimes it's a primary or secondary lock. It's not going to matter what it's called. All I know is it's got to come off. Now I've got a little tab right here that's locking this in place. So I'm going to take just a little pocket screwdriver, and as I lift him up, I pull up off the tab. Now I can rotate and do the other side. It's the exact same thing. I'm going to be careful not to break anything so that I can put it back together again. Now if you look, this lock or this terminal position assurance connector there, that's going to kind of keep the terminals where they're supposed to be in the back of the connector. It's also kind of a loom for the wires. If I take a tool and I slide it right into this cavity, tell you what, let's look at one of these cavities, maybe a little easier for you to see. Cavity right there. I'm going to take my special tool and I'm going to simply slide it in there and push. So let's see if we can get it in. I know it's kind of difficult for you to see. There he is. Now I'm going to push him in and I'm going to feel him release. Basically what I'm doing is bending. I shouldn't say bending. I am kind of straightening a barb. All right, so I've got him pushed in, and now I come to the back side. I should be able to remove the wire with the terminal. All right, now there's a little tang right here. Now, as I push this tool in, it depresses the tang, kind of takes it away from the mating plastic lock in the connector, and it will then allow me to withdraw the terminal and the wire. I could do the same thing to all of them if I wanted to. See if maybe we can get a little better picture of that. So I'm going to attempt to slide him right down the slot. So, and again, that slot I'm talking about is right there, right underneath this male terminal. Is he sticking out? Okay, so we'll insert that into the lock canal, I think is what GM calls this. Push him. Okay, now as I pushed him down, I could feel the lock tang depress. And now I should be able to come back and remove this wire and its terminal. Down it comes. Okay, now once I get that removed, I can do whatever repair I need to. And as I put it back in, I may need to bend this a little further inward. Depends on how aggressive I got with the tool. So I might have to spring that back inward so that he is raised up enough to grab the lock inside the connector. All right, we'll go ahead and slide him back in. Now, it's kind of difficult to see here, but I slide him in, make sure he's aligned properly. I will push him in and I heard him click. Do the same thing for the other one. Now that one did not click. So I'm going to need to bend the locking tang upward a little bit.
again.
Ah, there's a click.
All right, he's not coming out. It's securely in place. And I would just go ahead and take this lock, or this terminal position assurance connector, whatever the nomenclature happens to be. Make sure that the wires are going where they need to be. All right.
Both sides snapped into place, they're locked. And there's all of the terminals in place. And that's how to do one of these
Connectors.